Patellar dislocations are an issue where the kneecap, which is called the patella, slides out of the joint and dislocates. It's most commonly very traumatic. It happens in either sports or in accidents from falls, or people who twist suddenly and have a slight predisposition to dislocating due to their anatomic variances, and that kneecap pops out.
I had a bad fall on an escalator. I was walking down a non-functioning escalator and slipped and fell, dislocating both knees in the process. Tore several ligaments, tendons, tore the quad tendons.
The initial treatment for patellar dislocation is to get the kneecap back into the joint, and that generally happens fairly easily. It's keeping it there that's a problem. In the emergency department, they would straighten your leg out and push the kneecap over, and typically they'll put you in a knee immobilizer and then send you off to the orthopedist's office for further treatment.
And they immediately got me into the ER, where they tried to stabilize my knees with leg immobilizers and crutches, because at that point I could not move my legs at all or stand at all on my own.
Initially, the kneecap would stay in the groove once it's put back. However, typically it will slide out or partially slide out, which we would call a subluxation, or it can redislocate, or in some people it just causes persistent pain. And then we look at further treatment options.
We called the office and they told us that they were booked, but we told them the severity of the situation, and they had us in the office the very next day. They rolled me in a wheelchair, completely miserable, completely in pain, so he was a godsend.
We initially started off with physical therapy, trying to work to stabilize the muscles with therapy and bracing. However, it failed, and she continued to have pain and issues with regard to the patella. Ultimately, we operated on one knee and performed the tibial tubercle transfer, where we broke the bone, moved it, screwed it back into place to reorient the patella to its natural, more stable position in the knee. Subsequently, we addressed the other knee and proceeded down a similar fashion.
With the tibial tubercle, it is pretty intense surgery, and you are completely immobilized with that leg for a decent amount of time. They had me in what they called a CPM machine, a continuous passive motion machine. You have so much muscle trauma, your leg can't move itself, but they don't want the muscles to atrophy. So they put you in this machine that constantly moves your leg to keep your muscles active, because you can't do it for yourself. And then there, of course, is extensive physical therapy that follows that for several months.
She ended up doing very well. She was not able to move at all initially, wheelchair-bound in essence. And ultimately, after a number of months and even some years of added therapy, she did progress quite well, and she's very functional.
Functionality now is great, considering the fact that I couldn't even walk or move my legs when I first had the accident and couldn't even take care of myself, essentially. I'm in retail management. I'm on my feet all day. I walk around all day long, so the fact that I'm able to maintain a career and a good lifestyle is huge, and I'm very happy with the results.